pay back the money. If the money is not there, there's no receipt. First of all, we have two elements on this issue. First, torture. Second, extortion. An invasion of private residence. So there's nothing I can do.
I'm going to my house. I'm going to my house.
I can't want them know.
You cannot arrest me. Leave me alone. Oh, what's wrong with you people? People cannot arrest me. You consider the police people is your friend, but you people harass me on the road. What have I done? I'm not a criminal. I'm in my country. I'm in my country. Why are you holding me? Why are you holding me? Why are you holding me? No, master. Last time you.
Been very active in the field as he argues that human rights violations have to be punished accordingly. In the following interview conducted by CC's Henry McCulley, Mr. Tambetiko begins by sizing up the excesses within the ranks of the defense and security forces in the southwest region.
There have been outrage from the population on ill treatment from our forces of law and order, especially perpetrated against the youth who are unable to move freely. Each time they are confronted with these officers, they force them to give their phones, and at times they are even forced to go to the kiosk to remove money from these phones. So we initially carried out a campaign to stop the excesses. You saw me on my office pickup going around from the police head office right up to Munya, sensitizing the population that they have a legitimate right to challenge first the legality of their arrest, and secondly, not to hand their phones to any person whatsoever without their consent. It is an illegality which was being perpetrated in excess here. So there was no way the office of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission in Boya could sit and fold his hands and allow such illegality fester in our community. We are happy that we have attained some results. There's a lot of awareness now that has been created, and you can see jubilation even on the part of the youth. But for some time now, they have been undergoing these excesses.
Did you get the top officials of the administration as well as those of the security forces to understand exactly what was happening?
We have held several seminars with the police, with the gendarmes, and the other forces in the region, hoping that the message from these workshops will be shared to their collaborators. Unfortunately, at the time you're leaving from the seminars, you are getting a call of harassment. You are getting another call of police extorting monies here and there. So it's not that the hierarchy is not aware, but I think we have identified a serious problem, the culture of impunity. If we don't kill that culture, it will continue. It is true that we restored money from a complainer, but that has not stopped. We understand that the whole social media is flooded with that. But that is what we have been doing on a daily basis, is that we don't publicize our work. We are concerned about the promotion, protection of human rights and prevention without getting into any publicity. The law allows us to carry out denunciation, and that's exactly what we did. Unfortunately, it has been interpreted differently. There are some school of thought who think that we ought not to have exposed the police officers, while the others think that it is good. It is time for naming and shaming because of the excesses. So we are caught in that trap. But at the same time, we are working within the context of the law, which allows us to carry out denunciation and also to create awareness. You cannot create awareness when you retrieve some of these funds and you stay quiet. Most of the things we do are swept under the carpet. People don't get to know that, oh, it means that this office has the capacity to provide redress whenever I find myself in this type of situation. So that is exactly what has happened. There has been heightened awareness. The office is flooded now because people now understand. And we are also seizing the opportunity to talk to the hierarchy of these junior staff. Most of them are junior staff, to inform them that it is high time you inform your people that people are now aware. You cannot continue with the same technique over and over, even when you are exposed, even when your colleagues have been caught in the process of being punished. You still carry on the same act, thinking that you will not be identified. After the incident of torture and extortion, 2 days ago, my attention was drawn from a young man who was going to save money in Limbe. Apparently, the mother had given him 750,000 francs to open a bank account. He was going to use a bank statement to travel. When he got to control, a gendarme officer saw the pocket was swollen, asked him to calm down, and insisted that he should pay the driver the full amount to go to Limbe. He paid and was kept there for 1 hour. They got out the 750,000 francs and accused him of being a scammer. He said, "This is a message my mother sent to me, and the money." He said, "No, it means that you and your mother are scammers." Can you imagine that? And later, they took 100,000 francs from him, asking that he should sign that he voluntarily gave the money. He said, "No, I'm not signing that because it is not coming from my field. You have put me under duress to take 100,000 francs, so me, I'm going back." He didn't have the number of the office, and later called the sister who gave the number to him. I went there myself and asked the officer once he was identified. I said, "Please, can you hand over this money?" I took the money. But now the public is not aware that we did such a thing days ago. Imagine that these are things we have been doing over and over. They still carry on. We will be tempted now to expose them. Fortunately, I drew the attention of the Chief Investigation Officer, Lieutenant Foda, who said he was going to get back to the post.
I was going to come to that to find out, after all of this action by your office, what has been the reaction of the top officials of the security and defense forces as well as the administration?
We have the full support of the governor, whom I informed, and he is aware of all what has been going on. We have his blessing to ensure that these officers are exposed. For the gendarmes, I was so happy with the quick reaction of the collegium, who ordered that all the officers who were on duty at the police post at Mutingi be arrested and kept under custody pending investigation. I am only shocked that the police are moving freely under the understanding that they were giving query. You cannot be involved in an act flagrant delito where you have brought the money, where you admitted to have tortured, you are asking for excuse. At the same time, they allow you to move freely. They give me the impression that every institution has its own disciplinary procedures. Huge sums of money. It means that our developmental projects will lag behind. The state will not be able to harness the necessary resources to carry out repairs of roads, to create new jobs, and so on, because you'll be paid huge sums of money for violation. Because violation of human rights must go with redress and compensation. The fact that we are only collecting money and giving back to the victims doesn't mean that it stops them from assuming their responsibility to sue. And if they are suing in that case, it will be the state. States are principal actors of international law. So when they ratify treaties, it is their responsibility to ensure. So that is why the commission was created, because the state had to take administrative and other measures to ensure that the treaties that have been ratified are domesticated within the laws of the country. That is why the constitution is clear that where there is a conflict between domestic laws and international law will take precedence. It means those treaties relating to human rights, the civil and political rights, have been given precedence over. Unfortunately, our courts have not started enforcing human rights. Human rights treaties that have been ratified by the state of Cameroon must align with the laws of the country. So it means that victims of human rights violations can approach the courts for enforcement of their rights, to provide redress and ask for compensation. Community, for example, the Human Rights Committee at the international level, or the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, or the African Court of Human Rights, which should not be healthy for us, because if the government is found liable that the agent violated human rights, force will be diverted instead of carrying out developmental projects to compensating victims of human rights. The case of Abel Mukong versus the state of Cameroon is not new, where arguably Mukong claimed 100 million and the state effectively paid. So basically what we are doing, we're trying to help the state not to engage in that.
How should the population behave within this context? Because people can just say, okay, Kametiku says when they ask for our food, we should not give. When they ask for this, we should not give. Is it in every circumstance that people have to behave like that, or there are specificities that they need to understand?
The starting point is that people have legitimate right to challenge the legality, first of the arrest, and also the legality of handing over their phones. It is illegal to ask for somebody's phone, just to open somebody's phone without investigation. If that phone is subject to an investigation, you have every reason to hand over your phone. Of course, that will be in due process. The law is not just an officer coming in front of you that you are under investigation. You cannot create an offense overnight. Based on the principle of legality, all offenses have been written down. You cannot meet somebody on the way and say, scamming is for everybody. No, then no one will be free. If at the end of the day, people are stopped, then you go to Yaoundé and stop the people who are driving the very big vehicles, that they are scammers. Why do you come to struggling people? We are in the face of conflict where people have been subjected to all forms of poverty, internal displaced persons, of course, who are also facing all these forms of violations. Then you still come and add to their suffering. We are saying no. If the phone is subject to an investigation or you have been accused relating to issues that will involve opening of your phone, of course, there will be a search warrant to that effect. But not just to meet people as we have been witnessing. I sit in front of my house and see young people. You want to go and buy pop-off, they say, open your phone. You want to go and buy bread, open your phone. You refuse to open, they use physical force on you and push you inside their vehicle. We are living in a democratic society where norms should be respected. These same officers have worked in Douala, Bafoussam, Yaoundé. The earlier officers who came here gave their colleagues the impression that there is a lot of money in Boya. The quest for fast money is what has put us in this whole dilemma.
Let us understand, is the commission working only for the civilians?
The branch office of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission is not only focused on the civilians. It has a vertical and horizontal approach in the promotion and protection of human rights. Last year, the office of the commission was informed about the kidnap of 2 police officers by the separatists. It was not easy for the police themselves to locate these people. Thanks to the office of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission, I took all the risk, put my life on the line to go and negotiate for their release at Ekona in the forest and got them all alive after they had been tortured. The same office also rescued 20 university students who were kidnapped by the separatists about 3 years ago. It was thanks to my humble self. I went right in the forest of my 16 to negotiate, and that was how they identified me as a human rights defender. So that is the advantage we have because we provide linkages at both horizontal and vertical levels.
What kind of support are you getting from your head office in Yaoundé and even from top administration in Yaoundé?
I have not had any condemnation for what I am doing. I have had opportunity also of explaining to my hierarchy measures that have been taken. Recently, the permanent secretary of the commission was here to evaluate our work and had opportunity of meeting with top hierarchy. He managed to meet the Procureur General. We spoke about all of this. The Procureur General has his own take about the work I'm doing. We have worked together. We are working together. The Commissioner of Central Police has been lending us a lot of support. We have been in this business for 18 years. The public should see that there's no room for impunity. If you give an impression that no, you punish quietly, they will pay the price quietly, it doesn't help us because the impact is not there. So you can see all the irregularities, how laws have been abused.
You will agree with me that all these young people are not innocent. Some of them could be criminals.
Okay, they are criminals. Fine, we are not denying that that could be possible. But why don't you follow due process of the law and take the young man to court? Why must you move at 11 p.m. from the police station after having intimidated him there that they will send him to jail to go to the mother's place to get 200,000 francs?
What are your expectations as far as the government is concerned to assist you in what you are doing?
The government is aware of these violations. The police people have already been issued query. My problem is that the process is too slow, and in that process, it is not giving any confidence to the public. As the public, basic rights they are asking is that their rights should be respected. That is all. They're not asking for too much. They're not talking about politics. Just respect people's rights.
Are you just putting all the officers in one basket to condemn all of them?
We are not saying it is in all cases where these officers are bad. We have met police officers in their office where we even give them money that please, you can use this to facilitate investigation. They say, no, this victim needs this money. Collects it and gives it to the victim. We have seen an officer police the police, and I had the opportunity of congratulating him. I said, now I can understand why you behave like that. Because I saw a Bible beside his computer. I said, you are guided by the will of God. keep up with this practice. And I am sure the delegate who sent him to that service did the proper thing. They must have identified him that this man is a good man. I don't want to reveal his name here, but he is there at the service of police control. So I think that it is important that all these officers who have deviated from their official function be brought to book. And in fact, heavy sanction, what we call sledgehammer, be used to sanction some of these defiant officers.
The head of the Southwest Branch Office of the National Commission on Human Rights and Freedoms, Christopher Tabetiku, interviewed by Henry McCullough.
You can just pay your money and go. You want to go to the police? No. What do I have to wait for? Money. I do not have to pay any money. I have all the documents I need. I have all the required documents, so there's no reason for me to pay any money. Bonjour, monsieur. I accuse you of racial profiling. I don't speak French. You don't speak French? What? Thank you. Thank you. I can pass here?
Ouais, salut.
Salut.
Ouais, c'est la communauté urbaine. Je peux avoir les papiers.
Sorry, do you also speak English?
Ah, pas plaque. Vous avez, ouais, la plaque.
They check me already, almost every day. Thank you. Merci. Many of them know me already, but trust me, there's always someone who didn't try his luck yet. Pardon?
La communauté urbaine. Pour voir les papiers de la moto. Le dossier de la moto.
Okay. So they already checked us up there. Is it fine? Thank you. Are you for real, man? D'accord. How can I help you, sir?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Pour voir les papiers de la moto.
Of course. The plug is not out yet, but I can temporarily drive with this until the plug is there.
Can you imagine being stopped at the exact same spot for the same things every single day? You can probably understand his frustration at this point.
Voilà. Merci beaucoup. Whenever possible, I try to avoid spending the winter in Germany. So here I am in Cameroon this time of the year doing some solar projects, and the last 1.5 months I spent here in Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon. And after this stop here, I'll go back to Douala for my last couple of weeks here. For real, guys, I was just checked up there. They just checked me up there. Hey, give me back my key. So they just checked me up there. He just controlled me back there.
Show me documents. Let me see.
You stop me at the same place every day, 2 times. The gentleman just controlled my documents up there 1 minute ago.
Oui. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Coucou.
The gentleman just controlled my documents.
En français. You have autorisation or
Yes. Everything is in here. So that is my driver's license. Driver's license.
Okay.
Then the gray.
Carte grise.
Insurance.
Oui. Il manque l'autorisation de sécurité. Il manque un papier. Tu as le casque. Bien. Il manque l'autorisation de sécurité.
Merci beaucoup.
Voilà, si tu n'as pas, tu descends. Le dernier papier que tu n'as pas là dedans.
I can go.
Yo. Comme couvre-mise. Voilà.
Sorry, I no parle français.
Tu parles français? Bon, avec des guerres.
I only speak English.
Oui. Il y a des papiers qu'il te faut. Qui parle anglais là-bas? Viens.
Allô?
Tu parles anglais non? Voilà, viens, tu vas te battre avec lui. Parce que je me bats là, le gars ne comprend rien. Voilà, viens. Dis-lui qu'il a le permis, c'est bien. Il a l'assurance, c'est bien. Il a la carte de crédit, c'est bien. Il a un cap. Mais il n'a pas l'autorisation de circuler, c'est un problème. Mais ça, on va. Il n'a pas l'autorisation de circuler, c'est un problème.
Oh, I applied at the Ministry of Transport. Can I show you the documents, please?
Il n'y a pas le canton qui fait ça, c'est le gouverneur. C'est la home office pour signer ça, c'est chez le gouverneur.
What is this saying?
Le premier ministère, motorbike. You have your case and you have your driving license. You have to pay. C'est bien. Il n'a pas l'autorisation de circuler.
So I think I have all the necessary documents.
Yes, you have a driving license. You have a lofted paper, and there is one paper that didn't come. They say you don't have one paper that didn't come.
So this paper, I will get this paper. I already applied, and it's in here. Can I show him? Please. I applied at the Ministry of Transport for this paper, and it takes time until it comes out.
They say that is not in business. You can just pay money and go.
That's the demand.
I paid money for this. So
how much did you pay this?
25,000.
C'est pour qui ça? Non, moi je ne parle pas anglais. C'est pour qui? La demande, tout comme ça peut être rejetée. Quand vous faites une demande de recrutement quelque part,
c'est pour le type là.
Oui, donc la demande n'est pas valable.
Quand on fait ça là, non. Il attend que le papier soit avant de sortir.
Avant de sortir avec la moto.
Comme ce n'est pas sorti, que nous on l'a pris rentrer dedans. On a dit janvier.
What you supposed to be doing? And you're supposed to be with that you are, you say the paper you are just applying, but it didn't come out, right? And you're supposed to wait the paper before driving. That is what they say.
So I'm not staying here in Yaoundé long term. On Monday I will drive back to Douala. So I'm just here temporarily. I'm not here long term. I have been here for a month, but I will go back now. So this shouldn't be an issue anymore.
No.
So I put this back in.
Say that you can pay 50,000. Where are you heading to?
I can, you guys.
Where are you heading to now?
I go to the computer store up there. I have some business to do there.
They say that you can give 50,000.
Well, I can save you guys a lot of money. I will not pay a cent. Trust me. I have all the necessary documents, and I know that. So I know that I'll just go and I'll come back for my bike later because I have an appointment now in 10 minutes. So I walk. I'll come back for my bike.
Donc, il connaît que vous avez fâché, mais désolé d'abord. Il va partir, après il va bien récupérer son moto parce qu'elle a quelque chose. Dis que si pas il va venir courir comme moi, il peut partir avec la moto. They say that if you leave your bike and you come back your bike, don't go for Chelobie. Ils disent même que ça va partir à la fourrière. Et ça, pas la fourrière, c'est dangereux. Did you hear what they say? If you leave your bike here, before you should come back, they can take it to their office. And the one that if you just pay one time and carry your bike, go with.
So my problem is that I get stopped every day. Every single day I get stopped because I'm a white man riding a bike. So everybody tries to get money from me. If I pay every time the amount they ask for, I'll be broke. So I decided to just pay enough.
They don't cash my bike. See my bike up here. They're asking me for the money. I tell you that I didn't have money. Right now, I didn't get anything to give them. So, and that is why we're discussing with them. So anything, if you have something here, you can just look them and give them, you should go. And because you are
but I don't, but you know, I'm from Germany and I do not pay money if I don't have to legally, and I know the law, so they cannot play this game with me. So either I take my bike now, or I just walk and I fetch it later because I'm late for my appointment. And if they want to give me money for my time, then that's fine, but I don't give them money. Yeah, they're wasting my time right now, so I cannot accept that.
Mais vous bien le payer encore le temps ici la vie n'est pas rien. Comme tu le vois là, elle n'est pas là. Bye bye. Dis que la journée est finie. So they say they have nothing to say again. As you say that you will not get money, and you're not going to give them anything, so they have nothing to say again. So I don't know.
I can go.
So you're not going to feel it your bike here just like that. So they have to give you some paper that you can make sure that they cash your bike here. Maybe if you go back and you come back, you didn't see your bike. How can you going to say? And they tell you that they don't see the bike. You see that is. So they have to give you something that makes sure it's them that pull your bike, right? They have to give you something. They say your camera is working fine.
I think it's off now. Usually when the red points are blinking, it's on. I use that for traffic, for insurance.
So you want to make it snapping.
You want to have a snap? No, guys. I'll keep going, guys. And
they can give you a bag. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll keep going. But thank you for helping to translate. That's very nice.
Thank you so much.
No. What do I have to wait for?
Morning.
I do not have to pay any money. I have all the documents I need. I have all the required documents, so there's no reason for me to pay any money.
They exactly know that it's wrong what they are doing, so when you grab your phone and you make some phone calls, they assume that you're calling somebody influential who can make them problems. But at this point I'm just calling my partner.
How are you? Okay, thank you. I was on a traffic stop, but I can go now. Thank you, love. I'll call you back shortly. Merci.
What is your problem, guys?
Tu as mal garé. On ne gare pas là-bas.
La moto ne gare pas là-bas.
Non, on va pas partir là.
On va lui parler le patois. Il va entendre le bien.
Vas-y, contrôle. Voilà. La mairie. Moto. pas
Musique, I don't put music for you.
Regardez la plaque.
Non parler français.
Regardez plaque là. Plaque là. Plaque là, plaque ici. On n'a pas moto ici.
They're driving. Everybody's driving through there.
Dans les papiers de la moto.
Of course. You want to see it?
On n'est pas les papiers.
Attends,
Big man, what's happened?
I don't know. They just asked me for my papers.
Oh, okay. Sit down. I'm checking your paper.
You can check right now. Yes.
You have how many paper you know get?
I have everything I need.
Oh, you are from Europe?
Yes.
You are sit down. Because of you come to parking for that place where they no park. You see that plate number. You from here to here, they no parking. Where they see that plate number, so no park anywhere.
Okay, no, I didn't park. I just stopped to buy 4 apples. That's all.
I see.
I just bought 4 apples, and now I continue. So I don't understand the problem. There should be no problem.
You are not parking the car. They bring you for officer. Eh?
Pardon?
You are you wait officer.
Say again.
You are sit down. You wait commissioner. You come.
If I want to go now. I want to go now. I have business to attend. I don't have time for this crap every day. Don't even try shit, okay? I don't have time for that.
Okay, you are snap. You say you snap the picture for them.
Of course.
No,
I will bring them to the police if they don't let me go.
No,
I'm done with them. No, I'm done with you guys.
A picture.
Every fucking day you stop me and you want my fucking documents and I present them and then they want money. No. I'm tired of this crap. No, I'm done. Go out of my way, all of you. Sorry for that, guys. I really lost my cool in this clip. But it is what it is. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I don't have time for this.
On the 10th of April 2025, we received a complaint from one in Care Pascal who had gone the previous night to watch football match around Biaka. After the match, on his way home, he was intercepted by elements of police, gendarmes, and the military around Buitengi area, the police post at Buitengi. They asked for his ID card. He removed his ID and showed them. They were still not satisfied. One of them identified him and said he was the one who called the State Council, Magistrate Kane, to retrieve a laptop they had seized from him. And immediately the others accused him to be Amber. He said no. He has lived for the past 2 years around that vicinity. They were still not satisfied. The gendarmes and the military left their post and went to his residence where they met his junior brother and they asked for the wife. He said the wife had gone to Douala. They ransacked the whole house. We have got photos as evidence of what happened that night. They ransacked and they found no money. They brought him back to the post, stripped him naked, had him tortured. They rained on him, all the officers rained on him, tortured him, hired a vehicle, put him in the vehicle and took him to his bank that he should withdraw money. They insisted. Unfortunately for them, he was using a wrong PIN, so the transaction could not go through. They brought him back and asked his friends to contribute money, that he should contact his friends. He did that and they sent 250,000 francs. So he had 150,000 francs in his phone. Altogether, they collected 400,000 francs from him and they went and shared the money. As if that was not enough, the taxi they had hired, they insisted that he should pay for the taxi, 4,000 francs, which he paid. So the next day, he went and established a medical certificate on the state of his health and lodged a formal complaint before this office on the 10th of April. We opened an investigation and identified 2 of the officers, police officers, who were on duty and who participated in the torture and extortion. We sought to know the head of the unit, which we finally got to the head of the unit, and he assembled all the officers who were on duty that particular evening and brought to this office. When they came to this office, they testified that they were part of the team that carried out the assault and, of course, the extortion of money. And I insisted, they wanted to give part of the money because they identified the respective amounts that they collected and they wanted to pay. They said the other officers, gendarmes and army, were out of station. I said, no, you are either paying the full amount or I will take action against you people. So they rallied on that same Friday, the 11th of April, 400,000 francs, which they brought to this office to defray all the amount which was collected from this young man. We have collected this money and for the victim in question, which of course we are keeping his identity for now, unless the appropriate time when he will be called upon to give his own evidence. We have insisted that as an office, we are putting a formal complaint to the legal department so that legal action should be taken against all the officers involved in this illegality. This is not the first time we have sensitized and warned against their actions, but seemingly they still continue, hoping that if they are caught in the process, they will look for the money and give back, and the act continues. It continues like that. So we cannot carry on in this type of an appalling situation. This is so disturbing that people are treated in an inhuman, degrading manner, where they are forced to remove money from their own wallet or from their phones and give to officers who are supposed to be the one protecting them. So this is evidence of the money, and this money will be tendered as evidence in court so that all the respective officers involved in this particular action should be dragged to court and sent to prison. That is the action that we are going to be taking in the days ahead. The officers know themselves, and we have asked them to give us contact of the gendarmes and army. They are still keeping it away from us. Once they are dragged to court, they will be able to identify all the respective gendarmes and the army that worked with them that night or in that particular shift.